What up, though? Today, I want to talk about being aligned and what alignment means to me, in my opinion. In my opinion, when you align with something, it means you facing it. It means you headed towards that, And we want to be aligned with God. We want to be aligned with the Most High. We want to be facing the Most High. We want to be focused on Him, paying Him attention. Giving Him love. That's how, we're going to get heaven. He tell us how to get to heaven, being in alignment with Him. And He show us how to be in alignment with Him by telling us His virtues. He told us His virtues. He showed us His virtues through Moses, through Jesus, through all these different people, in all these different religious texts. And He showed us how being in alignment with Him, brings on the blessings, brings on the miracles, and so on and so forth. And I feel like a big part of being in alignment is your thoughts and your feelings and your actions. That is your alignment, When you being in alignment with God, you being generous, you being kind, you being righteous, you being just, you being in faith, which is positive thoughts, positive attitude, you know what I mean? All those things put you in alignment with the Most High. And when you're in alignment, you can become enlightened, And a big part of that is forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, If you want to be able to look at God, being in alignment with God, you have to forgive. You got to forgive, You have to, because if you can't forgive them, it's kind of in a sense like you can't forgive God. You can't see the blessing in the situation that took place. You didn't grow from it. You didn't evolve from it, So we need to be understanding about being in alignment, and how being in alignment is literally so powerful. Because I feel like, nowadays we more in tune with our phones and with, different things of that nature. But the alignment shows through that. The alignment can show through your phone, what you being aligned with, through the numbers, through seeing the angel numbers, And it also goes off your perspective, because if you're a negative person, you might look at a number in a negative point of view once you see the symbolism in it, because everything has duality. So all these things have positive energy and negative energy, or a lower vibration and higher vibration, or a lower frequency, higher frequency, whatever terminology you want to put it in. So you got to have faith. That's belief in positive outcomes, belief in positive things, belief in the Most High. He is God, He is good. So, if you got fear, if you in alignment with fear, that's like you believing in all the bad things, So if you being in alignment with those negative things or that fear, it will cause you to be going in a negative direction and for negative things to come about. When your thoughts is negative and you feeling negative and you unconsciously are making negative actions, doing negative things, Or you could be doing it consciously, And, that puts you in alignment with something else. So either way, you're in alignment with something. So you gotta focus, you gotta try and focus and be intentional with what you're in alignment with. And I feel like with us out here, we have to learn the value of setting standards, setting standards for ourselves and for our family, because that also keeps you in alignment. When I was younger, I seen my daddy, he set certain standards. I seen him every day get up, go to work. I seen him every day come home, do whatever he needed to do, provide for his family, take care of his family, take care of my mama, which was his wife, take care of his mama, which was my grandma. So he set a lot of standards for me, a lot of standards for love, and a real father, you know what I mean? So, and it reflects in me. I feel like I try to do all of those things. Now, while setting standards do give people the right sense of direction to go in, and can't give them the right sense of purpose, it don't mean they always gonna follow those directions. And that's another thing why being in alignment with God is so important, and being in just alignment itself, because you can stray, you can go off course if you're not being righteous, if you're not being just, if you're stealing, if you're doing adultery, you know what I mean? If you're not, like, temperance is one of them, and I feel like too much of anything can be bad. If you got too much money, you can have access to too many things, and it could, be your downfall. Or people would always be begging you for stuff, People would always be coming to you, mooching for you for stuff, So if you drink too much water, you will die. Your stomach is explode. Too much air, anything could kill you. Too much anything could kill you. So temperance is very important in that sense, you know what I mean? Just being in alignment with the Most High, because that's how you get to heaven. He tell you how to get to heaven, He tell you. It's simple. Just be in faith. Keep positive thoughts. Do right, man. Do right. It's people say it's easy to do wrong, but it's really easy to do right, man. It's easy to do it. Just say, I'm doing right, man. Don't stick to the script. I know, because I know what's going to come from it. That's what your faith is. That's what the hope is. That's one of the being alignments with God. You know that through these actions, your hope is there, like, man, through these actions, I know that my blessings is going to come. I know that I'm going to be in alignment with God. And I know that when I'm in alignment with God, it's nothing to fear. I don't got to fear nothing. Because God is everything. God is abundance. God is everything. So I feel like nowadays numbers really, really get us aligned. Everybody got that. It's a million different numbers is really important to me, because they're very symbolic. You know what I mean? They mean a lot of things, but all of them sink in. Like, I'll go through the numbers from 1 through 9 with y'all real quick. Well, 0 through 9. So 0, of course, is potential. And then 1 is, ingenuity, the starting up, the force, the push, the will. 2 is duality. And then 3 is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, or intellect. You know what I mean? Learning stuff. 4 is foundation. 5 is belief. Like, you believe in the action. You know what I mean? The 5 is like, okay, I'm putting the knowledge with the wisdom, and really, making the skill and putting the action in. 6 is the creation. It's like the pregnant mother. That's the womb. You finna give birth. Then 7, that's the God number. That's it manifesting. That's the creation. That's the form. That's the 7 days. That's all different variations of stuff that they got in 7. That's just like birth, like just the creation, the manifestation of God, the Most High. And 8 is just, after you have created it, it's just the infinite possibilities. You know what I mean? It's the infinite possibilities within that one creation. The infinite possibilities of good, or whatever you have created. And then 9, that's just the mental. That's the Most High. That's the mind. That's you understanding everything fully. Like, man, I could create. But you also understand, you co-creating with God. To me, once you fully embody the 9, you understand that we all God, and it's humanitarianism, and it's so much other things, But that's why numbers, when you see them in synchronicities, and when you can just interpret so many different things from them, and you could try and focus in and hone in on so many things. And the good thing about numbers, it's so symbolic. Once you program your mind, it's literally like a computer. Like, you could literally just be in here like 8888888, and you sending that frequency out. Like, you sending it out there, like, and it's symbolic, so it's specific. When you thinking about the number 8, you literally thinking about abundance. You literally thinking about prosperity. You literally thinking about infinite possibilities of riches. Like, it's it's so much, it's so in depth. It's not a vague symbolism. It has so many definitions. That's why numbers are so strong. That's why they use numbers in so much propaganda and so much symbolism, because it's subconscious. It's like really like God speaking to you in a sense, because it's however you are aligned. That's what's speaking to you, is your alignment. If you align with the good, it's speaking to you, you know? Because it's just the word of duality, man. It just come like that. It come like that. It's so weird. It's like, to master the physical, you must master the spiritual. And to master the spiritual, you must master the physical. And when I say that, meaning to help you master your soul better and get better discipline in a lot of spiritual aspects, you must fast. And that's a physical thing, you know what I mean? And to master this physical world, to create and to really get into heaven, you must master your spirit. So it's a word of duality, man. Y'all really got to get in tune with that. Like, got to get in tune with that. It's two sides to it, and you got to be able to co-create. You got to be able to make them both of those things work together and work as one. You got to put them in alignment so you can get to heaven, man. Or so you can, you know, whatever your destination is. Because some people, I don't know where everybody want to go, man. I'm hoping everybody want to go to heaven, man. But, you know, some people just want to go to Tulum, man. But that's cool. You know, that might just be your detour till you get to heaven, you know? So it's like we got to be real aware and intentional with the things that we are aligning ourselves with through our thoughts and our feelings and our actions, you know? And we got to understand when we are aligned with something, because maybe that's not even the thing we want to be aligned with, you know? So we got to be able to see the destination. It's like the Most High in all these religious texts, it's like he gave us Google Maps. He gave us Apple Maps, whatever you use, Waze or whatever. He gave you, he telling you how to get to your destination through his virtue, you know, through being in alignment with him. He telling you how to get to the destination. Be righteous, be just, be forgiving, have faith, have hope, you know, have love, all these things. So it's easy, man, because I really feel it. I feel it, man. I feel like we finna be there, you know? I'm finna be there. I'm already in heaven. I can't even lie. If y'all knew where I came from, just to be able to look out my window and see palm trees and mountains and, you know, beauty, and be able to embrace the beauty and be able to really sit back and really enjoy it, you know, and not dread it. Because some people will look at it and be like, oh, man, it's just a bunch of sand. It's empty. There's nothing there. It's lame. But me, I look at it and say, man, look at all this space. Look at all the stuff we can build. Look at what we can create here. So once again, it's just all your perspective, you know, because we live in a universe, but it's the multiverses going on at the same time, you know, in your third eye, in your mind. Because we all looking at the same picture, but we seeing different things. But as a collective, we come together and we see the same picture and we get aligned with the same picture. You know, even though we might take different paths, Jesus and Moses and all these people didn't take the same path, but they still was aligned with the same thing, and they still, you know, was getting to the same destination, which was God, which was heaven, which was, you know, unity, love, all these things. So you just gotta try your best, man. It's crazy because, you know, the distractions is real. But even on your distractions, you know, you can, it's how you look at it too. It's your point of view, because you could look at it like, man, it just took me all out my way. This was horrible. Or you could look at it like, you know, this was a beautiful detour. I got to see this. I got to see the ocean. I got to see this. You know, so that's how you look at it, man. But they definitely trying to distract us, man. They definitely, you know, get us off our course. You know what I'm saying? Aligning with stuff that's just ungodly, for real. Aligning with wickedness. If we just trying to align our best with money, or not even money for a sense, because if you got the right outlook, money can be very, very good, even if you just seeing it at a shallow perspective at first. You know what I mean? Even if your outlook is, okay, I'm finna get money to do right by myself. But doing right by yourself is doing right by you, your daughter, your girl, your kids, whoever. You know, you still aligning with God though. You still in align with love though. And love is automatically God. You know, like true love, like real love. Love with no shame, love with no fear, you know? That's real love. If your love got any type of shame in it or any type of fear, you need to realign yourself, because that ain't real love, you know? That ain't right. That ain't right, but yeah, man, I love y'all, man. Good thoughts, good vibes, man.